He's always entertaining on Twitter. He sends us some funny stuff. Tonight he sent me a tweet saying the Bucs should trade the Reds for their closer Iglesias because he's 3 for 12 now. He's 3 and 12. He would fit right in Hurdle's gang of independent league pitchers. Yeah, maybe they can tweak him.
Sobering reality is what they're still about 5 games behind the Reds, aren't they?
Something like that.
Yeah,
they haven't even got to 70 wins, and they might not this year. But
they're 90-plus losses.
How many were at the game tonight, Paul? Did you go over there at all?
I
didn't get to see.
There was actually a little better crowd than you would think, but there's fireworks, baby.
Yeah, it's Steve Blast Day tomorrow, so I'm sure they're going to get a ton of
They'll get people
fans
there tomorrow. For that, you know?
Yeah, that's a game that I would actually want to go to.
Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday, so they'll get, you know.
Next year, the Pirates should, maybe I shouldn't even give this idea up on TV here, but maybe they should have a day for everyone that's popular in Pittsburgh. They should have a Bob Pompiani Day, Steve Blast Day, Paul Zeise Day. Maybe they would sell out if they did that every game. Add fireworks.
I have to come up with 81 people to honor.
Antonio Brown Day.
Yeah, Antonio Brown Day.
All right, let's go out to Pete in Squirrel Hill. What's up, Pete?
Hey, guys. How are you tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, Rich, the Shenderovich twins told me that when you have Bucko fever, how your golf game elevates.
I know. Did they tell you about my golf game?
They said when you have Bucko fever, it knocks about 7-8 strokes off your game.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, about the Powered organization. As bad as the Kansas City Royals are, the Detroit Tigers, the Miami Marlins, okay, and the Baltimore Orioles, this organization needs an entire cultural overhaul. I've never seen an organization, Rich, that another second half collapse where they fall totally off the map, yet they remain to do dance moves and hand signals when they get a hit on a bases. Don't you think they would just want to get the season over with?
Yeah, I mean, I wish they could have canceled the season probably like 10, 15 games ago. I mean, Paul, I mean, you've said it before. It's the best management team in baseball. That's what they call themselves. And, you know, this has been the worst organization in baseball over the last 30 years, 20 years-ish, something in that range. The thing
is, you know, the Royals have won a World Series within the last 10 years. The Marlins won 2 within the last 25 years or something. You know, so you know,
I mean, the Tigers were in contention there for a little while.
The A's get to the playoffs seemingly like once every 3 years or something like that. It seems like they get to the playoffs. So
there'll always be one team with a low salary.
Didn't the Tigers actually get to the World Series one year?
Yeah, they've been close. They never won it, but they were close.
I thought they got to it one year, didn't they?
I can't remember.
They got to the
ALCS
I feel like a couple of times. But my point is, you know, all of those organizations have had some kind of success at some point since the Pirates last won a playoff series.
I mean, I feel like you have to change the way you have to change something in this organization. I was saying this to Gene yesterday or the day before when I was here with him. This is the worst I've ever felt about this organization, whether it was me covering the team or being a fan of the team growing up. This is the on and off the field. I mean, something has to change. You can't have this kind of environment anymore.
It's not going to change.
I know, but I mean, if it's not going to change.
Here's the thing. I'm almost convinced now that they might not even get rid of Ray Searage. I'm convinced that this might be you know, status quo, you know, a couple of players here and there, bad luck, computer simulations, and all this other nonsense. And the next thing you know, it's no changes well, I'm sorry. We're not giving them enough credit. They did change the single-A manager.
What about their simulations about attendance next year? What do they say? Because I can tell you a buddy of mine has 4, he owns a business, Pittsburgh guy, had 4 tickets for 40 years. 40 years. He texted me, I think it was Wednesday, said, I'm done. I've had it. I'm done with this organization. I am not renewing my tickets. That's one guy. I mean, I understand. I'm sure there's a ton of them, though.
I'm sure there is, and I think that's the problem. If you got, you know, they have a credibility problem. And, you know, to me, it starts at the top. And so if you're going to tell me, say I'm a fan, you're going to tell me that you're bringing Neil Huntington back after the mess that this organization and team is, I'm going to tell you that I really have no interest in watching you next year.
I think a lot of fans would think that, and look, I'm not in that clubhouse a lot. I haven't been in the clubhouse a lot lately, but I would imagine there are probably a lot of players in that locker room right now that don't want to be here, don't want to play for this team, don't want to play for this management team. And you could tell that in spring training that people are frustrated because they don't spend money, they won't give anyone help. I got that vibe.
Yeah.
So imagine what it is now.
Yeah.
Let's go out to Dave out in Johnstown. Dave, what's up?
I just want to pass on a comment to you. I know you were busy, but I watched the end of the game, and Steve Blass said something very interesting right at the end of before the game was in the ninth inning. He said they got a good nucleus of some young, good players here. What they need to do is really shore up their pitching. And I thought, wow, he must be watching the Daily Sports Show. And that Steve Blass was never very optimistic or very said anything detrimental towards anything.
Well, you know what, I respect Steve Blass. I like the guy a lot. He's done a tremendous job over the years, and I wish him nothing but the best in retirement. And he said it like it is. I mean, but thanks a lot, Dave. I appreciate it. But they need a lot more than pitching. I think they have a couple good young guys.
If they go into next season with the current catching situation intact again, they're not good enough. If they don't have Brian Hayes up and playing the way he needs to play at third base, they're not good enough. Okay? Kevin Newman is good enough at short. If you're going to tell me if you're going to tell me you put Kevin Newman at second and Cole Tucker at short, I might listen to that.
What about Eric Gonzalez?
Josh,
I mean, could he potentially play second? Would you be fine with him at second?
I mean, he's a good defensive player.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm done with the outfield. I mean, this Gregory Polanco experiment has to end.
It won't, because he's signed for 3 more years. So you're going to have Polanco and Wright. Are they going to play? Are they going to pick up Marte's $11.5 million option?
They have to.
They have to?
You would think you'd have to do it to try to get anything for him.
And if they don't?
Well, then, if they don't, I mean,
if they don't have him,
you just close the gates.
So now you have Reynolds and Polanco. Who's your third outfielder? Martin? Come on, man.
It would have to be.
Will Craig?
Eric Gonzalez. Kevin Kramer. Jake Elmore, baby. Come on.
I mean, seriously. I think Lenny Elmore, the former, what does he play? Where did he play for the Celtics way back in the day? I think he right now would be a better option.
Here's the thing.
Than Jake Elmore.
Going back to Steve Blass, they need a catcher. They need about 3 bullpen arms. They need 3 starting pitchers, and they need maybe a corner outfielder. I mean, look where we're going with this. I mean, I am not optimistic about next year. I am optimistic that we're going to be coming back after this break, back in 2 minutes.
You and your bucko fever.